Well, due to 2 house moves in less than the space of a year, this video's been more than just a little delayed. Today, well, when this was filmed, I'm making a piece of pixel art using both the Game Boy Color's colour palette and colour limit. And like so many professionals, I used Wikipedia to understand that the 160 by 144 pixel screen could only handle 56 unique colours at a time. I still can't believe that I was ever able to see anything on this screen. It was a challenge to even get it to show up on camera too. By the way, there's this guy with a channel on YouTube called Modern Vintage Gamer, and he does an amazing job explaining how the Game Boy Color could do what it does visually. So, rather than my butchered interpretation of Game Boy graphical knowledge, I'll leave a link to his video below if you want to know more. Right, well let's start laying in a few things here. The character doing the Trinity kick from the Matrix is an axolotl amphipod called Plenty. And on the note of axolotls, they're quite fascinating. First of all, they can regenerate their limbs, but they can also reattach limbs as well, not limited to another axolotl's head of all things. Though it's kind of a bit grim, because now you know that a scientist at least had the dark imagination of trying such a thing. But here we are. Science can be a little bit grim like that. Always decapitate with consent, kids! And then we've got Plenty's attire. I didn't give her much armour since, well, anything she loses she can regrow again. I gave her 2 large broadswords because, well, you at least want to try and prevent that stuff, and using a 3rd arm on her back that she's reattached, a shield in her blind spot, just to make sure anything coming from behind isn't going to get much in terms of hits. Now, she was designed in part thanks to a request from a personal favourite artist and friend of mine by the name of L-Train Animations, not his real name obviously. His work is oftentimes playful and fun, and if you want to see more of it, there are links to his stuff in the description below. Now the things that you see her fighting are cyborgs known as mannequins. They use a non-Newtonian ferrofluid, which is built to go either soft or hard dependent on need, and they're also able to mimic human behaviour, actions and proportions in order to unnerve human minds. There's no actual backstory in this image though. This is just spectacle to show us what Plenty can do, a proof of concept so to speak. You know, up until this point, backgrounds in my artwork were pretty rare, and that's a major shame because I actually had a lot of fun mapping out this Colosseum and trying to make it really pop out visually and complement the colours used for Plenty herself. You know, the real difficulty wasn't the 56 unique colour limit. It was more down to the palette itself. There were so many times where I just wanted a certain colour, and it was like it was hidden between the two that I had to choose from, sliding back and forth, making really small adjustments and trying to figure out where that thing I'm looking for is. And that is genuinely the most frustrating part. It'd be interesting, since the colour limit itself wasn't too much of a cap, to see if I could make like a single hue image, still using this palette, and see if I can still turn something around from it, which will most likely be a future challenge. But there you go, guys, and I'd really love to hear what you all think. It's really important to me to know how you're receiving these videos, and what you might want to see in the future. Maybe you've got an idea for an art challenge for me to do. Until then, though, I really hope you have a nice one. I'm off to find another challenge for myself, and I promise you'll get the next video much sooner. Till then, have a nice one.